Yo, what's up, my guy?
Yo, my man, what's going on, B Hill?
Man, made it through this storm over here in Norman that we had this last weekend. I mean, shoot. I just want to let the House Divided family know out there that that storm took a great opportunity away from me to kind of boast about my Lakers. But kind of as Corey alluded to before we hopped on here tonight, maybe that saved you from making you look like a fool. So
I'll set everybody up with a quick backdrop. So, House Divided. My name's Corey Hill. This is Brandon Hill. Little quick intro. Whoa, the reverb's coming in. Can you hear that?
I'm here. Yeah,
Okay.
You're good. My fault. My headphones just disconnected for some reason.
No, you're good. So we were gonna shoot this show the night the Lakers had a 27-point comeback against the Dallas Mavericks. Unfortunate events happened. We had a big storm here in Oklahoma, a couple tornadoes that kind of ran through the Norman, Oklahoma City area. And for that reason, my man B Hill had to get off and go take care of his family. Sirens were going off. Very understandable. Safety first, family first. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Since then, man, LeBron has gone down with the injury. Actually got hurt in that game. Anthony Davis is he's still, I don't know, they're still monitoring him, so we'll see. There's a lot of uncertainty in the air for the Lakers coming down this stretch with about 19 or 18 games left. My Celtics, on the other hand, had a huge win against Cleveland the other night. Got a dub against a Cleveland team that had to beat us the first two games of the year. So we're going to hop into this show. We're going to decipher all of that, break all of that down, and talk about some more teams in the NBA. So here with our NBA show, it's the House Divided. If you've been here before, you know what to do. If it's your first time, me casa, su casa. But before we get started, we got to go over the house rules. B Hill.
You guys know what time it is. If you're not already a part of our House Divided family, hop down there, hit that subscribe button. It's real easy. Also, if you don't mind, while you're hitting that subscribe button, go ahead and tap that notification bell while you're at it as well. Also, you like what you're seeing, you like what you guys are hearing, there's that thumbs up button down there. That's going to help us with the algorithm, get our stuff out there on the platform that we want to where more people can view our content. And last but not least, please, we beg of you guys, hop down there in those comment boxes. We don't care. Good, bad, right, wrong, indifferent. Y'all already know the drill around here. So, Corey, these playoffs, man. Let's start in the Western Conference over here, man. Because this is literally, it's nuts. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. If you're the 13th seed right now in 13th place in the Western Conference, You are only 4 games out of the 6th spot.
Right.
And 5.5 games out of the 4th spot. Now, we're kind of getting down to where most teams have like 19, 20 games left at this point. So to make up 5 games is kind of, that's unheard of, especially since you've got that logjam. Now, mind you, I said from 13 to 4, they're divided by 5.5 games right now. That's literally where we're at. So for me or you to be able to even sit here and try to decipher who we think's going to make it, I mean, that's literally, you're talking about, you could be sitting in the 6th seed. You could lose 2 games in a row, and you could be sitting in the 10th seed.
Right.
That's how close.
Looking in.
That's how close it is right now. And that's I mean, every single game at this moment for teams, I think OKC's kind of stepping back a little bit because I think Williams, one of their guards or their small forwards, he's out for the season. He had season-ending surgery. Shai Gilgeous has missed a couple games. I think it's fair to say that OKC's probably taking it back a notch here. They've got many draft picks. I mean, they probably weren't an organization at the beginning of this season that thought, we're going to make the playoffs. We're going to do something. So why risk all that future stuff that they have, all those draft picks, everything else? They're just, I see them taking a step back. I don't think they're in it. The Portland Trailblazers, on the other hand, You got Damian Lillard over there. I mean, they have no choice but to try to go for something. I mean, they'll make the play in, do something like that. And then you got my Lakers right above them. It just, man, you always say it. We sold our soul to the devil to win that championship in 2020. And I don't know what it is, man. I mean, we're sitting there. I'm watching this game on Sunday, right? The Mavericks versus the Lakers. The Lakers are down 27 points. They come back. At the end of that third quarter, with probably about 2 to 3 minutes left, was whenever LeBron got hurt. I might be wrong on the actual time frame, but it's towards the end of the third quarter. He drives and he gets hurt, right? It's 75 to 71 at this point. As he's laying on the ground, my heart stops because I hear him say he heard something pop.
Pop, yeah.
As soon as I heard that, I thought, oh my God. And then he did his classic tighten the shoes up. He got back out there. He gutted it out. He ended up scoring like 26 points. He had like 8 or 9 rebounds. I don't have the actual box score right in front of me, but I know it was 26 points. And he was just literally playing bully ball. They had Reggie Bullock guarding LeBron James. That is literally what I see. Healthy LeBron or not. And he had a tendon in his foot. That's what they're saying. They're saying as of right now, he's going to get reevaluated in 3 weeks. So, you think 3 weeks from now, we got a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And then that's probably about the 5 to 6 games left range. You think about getting him back there. So I'm saying this all to be said. If the Lakers are going to make the play-in, make the playoffs, whatever they do, they're going to have to do it with the majority of those games being without LeBron James. And I'm not ready to sit here and like stamp it. I think they can make the play-in, Corey. That's where I'm at right now.
No, they got a great chance to make the play-in. You got to look at the teams in front of them, bro. The Clippers hadn't won a game since they got Russell Westbrook, right? They're in the 7th spot.
Right.
The Minnesota Timberwolves, they're 4-6 in their last 10 games. They're a very up and down team. The Utah Jazz, they're 4-6 in their last 10. They're up and down. The Pelicans still don't have Zion back. They actually beat the Portland Trailblazers last night somehow. BI went off. So all of these teams, and even Portland, who's a game behind y'all or half game behind y'all, they can still knock somebody out and get in. So literally, it's 6 teams for 4 spots for that play-in. And the Mavericks can't be counted out because they're literally tied with the Clippers. They can easily move down to 7, 8, 9, or 10, just like we alluded to earlier. I think 1 through 5 is solid. I think with Curry coming back, Curry's going to be back Sunday. They're going to be good. I think they start to make a bigger push. Obviously, we saw KD last night with the against the Charlotte Hornets making his debut for the Suns. He dropped 23. So I think that 1 through 5 is solid. Really, what the Lakers have going in their favor, we talked about this off air, y'all have the next 10 out of your 12 games where? At home.
At home.
Another big thing is the schedule is one of the weakest remaining schedules in the NBA. You're going to play all of these teams. The big thing for you guys, fingers crossed, Anthony Davis. Can he stay healthy? He didn't play last night. Y'all still got the W, right? D'Angelo Russell, when is he coming back? I love the pieces. Vanderbilt, the shooter that came over from Utah.
Malik Beasley.
Even Mo Bamba hit some threes last night.
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves. I mean, you can go on and on. The team is deeper and younger. That's the good news. The bad news is you're really hitching your wagon to a very, very fragile Anthony Davis, which is never good. I lived that life as a Pelicans fan for 6 years. Okay, that's not. I understand your trepidation right now and your nervousness. And is D'Angelo Russell going to come back? Steady the ship. You gotta go on a little mini run here. Your next 5 are at home, B. Win the next 5, go 4-1 somehow. You said before we got on, you're 4-1 after the All-Star break. So y'all are trending in the right direction. You
Right.
gotta win some wins, right? Y'all should be able to beat the Timberwolves
3-1.
or the
3-1.
Jazz.
3-1. My
3-1?
mistake on that. 3-1. 3-1.
Okay. But if I'm
Yep, I'm
looking
looking
7
at
through
it.
10 before I kick this back over to you, there's no reason that y'all shouldn't be able to catch the Clippers, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Utah Jazz, or the Pelicans from one of those spots. And that's the big thing people have to realize. Y'all not trying to beat all of them. You're not really
Right.
trying to get to 7 or 6. You just got to knock one of those teams out and y'all get in. Just get in the play-in and see what happens.
I mean, if I'm sitting here, I'm looking literally at my schedule right now for my Lakers. They're at home against Minnesota, at home against Golden State, and you said Curry's coming back Sunday. What a great time to come back against the Lakers. Everybody always does that. I swear. It's just, it is what it is, though. Wow. Versus Memphis, versus Toronto, and versus New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are actually playing some pretty good basketball right now. They've been hooping. Julius Randle's been looking really good over there. We'll get into that whenever we talk about our Eastern Conference here in just a little bit. But I say that to just say, give me 3-2 out of that. 3-2. We gotta play 4-1. I'm happy as all get out. But if we can go 3-2 in that stretch at home in this homestand, you got to get over that. You can't go 2-3. You can't go 1-4 because, like you just said, Corey, you do that, you're out of the. You can get out of the mix real quick here. You know what I'm saying? If those other teams continue to win. Now, one thing that's kind of been working in our favor. Things have been falling the way that we need them to fall. I mean, we were sitting at 13th and we're at 11, and I think we're only like a game behind the Pelicans right now.
You are.
And the thing is the Lakers own the tiebreaker over the Pelicans at the moment. So if we were to go up against, if it was a tie record, we would own that tiebreaker. So, and then after that, I mean, like you said, we've got at New Orleans. We've got the Houston Rockets, Dallas. This is all just going to come down to Anthony Davis's health, like you just said, and D'Angelo Russell, when's he coming back? He's already listed out for Friday against the Timberwolves, so we're still not going to have him. But, hey, man, you give me the way Dennis Schroeder's playing right now, that dude, he works with us. Like, he went to your Celtics, didn't really work out. Y'all cut him, everything else. He just works and kind of flows with us and, like, Anthony Davis, everything else. So I'm cool with Schroeder holding it down. I can't wait to get D'Angelo Russell back, though. And, man, let's see. You give me a healthy LeBron or a somewhat healthy LeBron come playoff time. And you never know, man. Put all your chips to the middle of the table because that's all we can do, Corey. The Lakers have no draft picks. They have no draft picks. I mean, if you're not winning championships in L.A. or Boston, if you're not winning championships, what are you doing? We don't waste our time. We're not wanting to make the playoffs.
No.
So
that's some very I mean, come on, bro. It's tied for 17 championships apiece.
It's just being real.
It's not how we
you know
roll.
what I mean?
It's championship or bust every year. So it is what it is.
But to kind of talk about that upper echelon of the West, Corey, I'll let you hop into this one and take this one off. But the Denver Nuggets are looking really, really good right now. They have a deep team. You know what I'm saying? The Phoenix Suns, like you just said just a little bit ago, they got Kevin Durant back. You know what I'm saying? So it's sky's the limit there. What else we got here? We got who's else is up in here? I'm looking.
Sacramento
I'm kind of flipping.
Kings. That's probably my favorite team right now. The only thing that's hurting them is youth, and inexperience. But I love the makeup of that team and what they represent.
I'll tell you right now. Like I think last show that we did, we had talked about like who do you got 1 through 6. It's still the same two teams for me. It's Denver and Phoenix. Golden State is going to get in that mix. We'll see what they can do. I like them getting Curry back, but I don't know, man. Is it? I don't know. You have to worry about the Warriors. You have to worry about the Warriors.
I trust the Warriors. I don't trust the Suns. They're just not going to have enough time together for me to gel. I don't trust the Grizzlies. I just think they're a lot of talk. I don't see them really doing anything past the second round. I like the Nuggets. I like the Warriors. I would pick one of those two teams if I had to pick two teams coming out the West.
You heard about that Ja Morant news, right?
Bro, he's got so much stuff going on. That's going to tear that team up, man.
What is he thinking? What is he thinking?
He's not. He's not thinking. He's one of those guys that just wants to be hard or portray that he's hard. And he really isn't. You know what I mean? He really isn't. We've all seen the family picture floating around on the internet. It's a nice little family picture of him when he was in high school, sitting in the backyard with him and his brother, and his mom and dad. You know what I mean? You come from a 2-parent household, bro. You live in a nice neighborhood growing up.
Right.
Stop capping, dog. That's not you. And even if you are that hard, let's say you are that dude, man.
Yeah.
Right. You ride around with guns and you a thug. Why would you continue to do that when you have the world at your fingertips right now?
The dude's worth like $300 million, Corey.
That's what I'm saying. So even if I was a thug and I was about that life and I did all this stuff, I would stop.
That's in the like Shannon Sharp said it on Undisputed today. He's like, you kind of got this backwards, Ja. Like, you know, most of the time whenever you get to the point where you're worth $300 million, you kind of like, man, I ain't messing with that. Ain't me no more. That's not my life no more. I'm not messing with that. Yeah, but yet this dude's sitting here pointing guns at teenagers, man, threatening teenagers. Come on, dude. You got it.
Teenagers threatening the security guard at the mall because his mom got in an altercation at the mall, and then you point the gun at the Pacers people at the Pacers game. You hop in your car and you drive by the Pacers bus and point a red beam at them. Like, dog, what are you doing?
It's too much. It's stupid. You know that's why I want to point this out, and then we can move on to the Eastern Conference. But that's why LeBron James doesn't get enough respect, man. A player of his stature, what he's went through in his 20-year NBA career, the dude is literally like he has no record. You never hear anything bad. But yet he gets all this, he gets scrutinized on every single move that he makes, everything. I mean, the dude has a freaking school for kids, and he educates the kids in his hometown, for crying out loud. Come on, dude. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna get off this LeBron bandwagon thing, but I'm just saying that you see an NBA player like a Ja Morant and all these other young guys. This society today as a whole, Corey, and we're a sports talk show, so I'm not going to get much into this, but society today, they're soft, dude. They're stuck on this technology. They're into all this. These kids are not wired the same way, Corey. They're just not. They're just not, man. And you see this stuff on social media of kids fighting the teachers, and like, dude, I would have never.
No.
It was a respect thing. You know what I mean? It's just...
Yeah, you're completely right. We've lost it as a society, bro.
It's scary.
Somewhere along the line, kids have lost respect for you know, just people in general. I won't even say elderly people or authority. They lost respect for each other. You know
anybody,
anybody
and anyone.
A gun is your first reaction to an altercation. What about just throwing hands and then shaking hands after, right? If you have a beef, we can just have a fist fight, but nobody wants to do that anymore. Everybody wants to shoot each other.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy, man. It's wild. It's wild, dude. They're soft. Society is soft as a whole. But no, enough of that, though. Let's get back into our sports talk here, Corey, because we have an Eastern Conference to talk about. Really, in my mind, we have two teams to talk about in the Eastern Conference because that's all that it really matters. It's all roads are pointing that direction. and I mean Milwaukee and Boston. Milwaukee right now, man, they are on, what is it, a 15-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken?
16.
Okay, I mean, the dudes, no Giannis, no problem.
Yeah.
I've been hyping up your Celtics. I've been showing y'all love, everything else, and y'all are still looking nice, don't get me wrong. But them Milwaukee Bucks, Corey, they might
Feisty.
they might cause just a slight little issue. That's a 7-game series if y'all meet up in the Eastern Conference Finals, and it's a flip a coin who's going to win that 7th game. That's where I'm at with it right now.
It was a 7-game series last year.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't expect anything less. It's gonna, all roads lead to that being the Eastern Conference Finals. It's gonna be a bloodbath. God, I'm so to me that's gonna be the best series of the playoffs.
Woo!
If you ask me, like just the Giannis, Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, Middleton. It's the 2 deepest teams in the league, if you ask me. When you can go that deep into your bench, they're both, man. I can't even say enough about it. They're 10-0, obviously on a 16-game win streak. 10-0 in their last 10. We're 8-2 in our last 10. No other 2 teams in the league can say that. It's just the cream of the crop. And then,
really
like, look, bro, and let's just be honest. You can throw the 76ers in there, Cavaliers, because the Cavaliers give the Celtics problems.
But they're not. Come playoff time,
though,
Corey.
They're not going to beat us in a 7-game series.
No, they're not.
So,
they're just not. You guys have 2 buckets. 2 guys that can get buckets on anybody. And the only other team that can say that is the Milwaukee Bucks.
Bucks. Yep.
It's literally it. I mean, Drew Holiday, though, my God. I mean,
they're calling him the best 2-way player in the league right now.
I think he is. I think he might be. I wouldn't argue with that. I definitely wouldn't.
He stepped his offensive game up with Middleton being out. I think that's been a blessing in disguise for him, for that team. Because with Middleton being out most of the year, just coming back lately, he had to pick up his scoring role. And, he's gone to another level scoring the ball. He shoots it way better than he ever did. Right, he gets to the rim. He's a bigger guard. He'll back you down. He got handles. His handles look improved, so he don't have a problem facing you up, taking you off the dribble. He's a problem.
I gotta look.
A problem.
No, he's
an
a
all-star
super
again
problem.
this year for the first time in a long time.
When you got a dude like that, I would call it the most important position on the basketball court. I think the point guard is kind of like your quarterback of an offense in football terms. I think that's the important. If you don't have a good point guard in today's game, you're not doing much. You're just not. You know what I mean? Or a floor general. You can have your point forwards like your Lucas and your LeBrons too. But I'm saying if you don't have that guy that's your decision maker on the team, you're not going anywhere. You know what I mean? That's why you see the Philadelphia 76ers. They have the dominant big man, right? They have Joel Embiid. I'm not a believer in James Harden, man. I'm just not. I'm not hating. I'm just going based off of what I've seen.
Previous years, yeah, and especially in the playoffs. He's folded in the playoffs so many times, dog.
It's like clockwork. You can count on it, but I don't know. The Milwaukee Bucks, man, to me, they're getting scary looking right now, and they don't even have Giannis, dude.
I expect them to fall back a little bit until Giannis is back. I don't see how they keep this pace up. But if they do, I mean, shoot, man, hats off to them. I really would like to see the Celtics get the 1 seed. They both have 45 wins. It's just that the Bucks right now, they're half game ahead. They got 17 losses. We have 18, so we played 1 more game than they have. And honestly, I think home court is more important to them than it is for the Celtics. You know what I mean? Last
I would
year,
agree.
when we played
I
them
would
in the
agree.
playoffs, they had us down 3-2. And then if you remember in that game 6 in Milwaukee, when the Milwaukee was trying to close us out, Jason Tatum dropped 46 on their head and got it back to game 7 in Boston. I don't think we have a problem with winning in Milwaukee. I think they have a bigger problem with winning in Boston, if that makes sense. Because in that game 7 last year, I mean, it was a 20-point game. We just blew the doors off of them. So I think they really want that 1 seed. I think they learned that lesson last year that they don't want to have to play a game 7 in Boston. They'd rather play that game 7 in Milwaukee, bro.
Another thing just to point out that's scary, Corey, them getting Crowder. What were the Suns thinking? Why would you just give that up? Because that's a dude. That's a guy come playoff time. I'm not.
They couldn't get the deal done. They weren't going to get Durant without coming off of him.
They gave up too much for Kevin Durant, man. I'm sorry. The dude's on the ladder. He's on the latter part of his career now. He's gonna give you if Kevin Durant plays over 60 games in a season, you're jumping for joy. Everybody wants to give Anthony Davis a hard time and everything else. Anthony Davis ain't missed as much time as Kevin Durant.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Durant's been way more hurt. Yeah.
Now, granted, Kevin Durant's 34, 35. Anthony Davis is 28, 29 years old. So, damn it, AD, you need to get with it. I don't know what he's doing, but enough of that. But I don't know, man. The East, it's coming down to y'all. If I had to pick right now, it's hard for me to pick against your Celtics just because I think that they have the better basketball player. Maybe not the all-around better player because Giannis is probably the best player in the game. But stay with me here for a second.
Yeah, I'm listening.
If I got to pick between Jason Tatum and Giannis Antetokounmpo right now, I'm probably going to go with Jason Tatum. And I might get scrutinized for that. Everything else, I might. But and that's hard. And that's so razor thin, Corey.
Bro.
But I want a guy. The reason why I'm a Duke fan, so I like Jason Tatum. But he's got that killer's mentality. And he can get but you can stop Giannis. You build a wall and you can at least neutralize him.
Right.
You can't build a wall for Jason Tatum because he'll just hit it right over you. You know what I'm saying? Right. He can hit you from the outside. He can hit you from the inside. He can drive on you. He can do all of the above. He's going to hit his free throws at the end of the game. You don't have to worry about Jason Tatum stepping up to the free throw line. When you bring all of those kind of things up, now on the defensive side of the ball, it's unquestionably Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, yeah.
All day, every day. So that might be something that steers more people that direction. It all depends on what pieces you have around them. And I think that both the Celtics and the Bucks, their general managers have done an excellent job putting teams around those two players. So, but give me Jason Tatum, man. He's just a bucket, dude. I'm a Kobe. I got number 8 on my chest. You know what I'm saying? I like a dude that's going to go out there and get you a bucket. Yeah. What do you say? Am I crazy for saying that, Corey?
No. You're not crazy. I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, Tatum's obviously a better shooter, right? A better ball handler. I think that's where you would give him the nod over Giannis. But you also gave Giannis his flowers and called him the best player in basketball. Look, I'm taking JT over everybody. But I think for me, man, the X factor when that series happens is definitely Jaylen Brown. Because if you shut down Jason Tatum, you have a just as capable guy in Jaylen Brown who's just a step behind Jason Tatum for, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So to me, that's the guy. I look at Drew Holiday's stats. He's only averaging 19 a game. You know, I made it seem like he was averaging 20-something a game. He's only averaging 19. Jaylen Brown is averaging almost 27 points a game. That's your second best player on your team.
Well, the
right
Bucks
at 27 a game.
I would argue the only thing I would argue against that is the Bucks aren't just Drew Holiday though. They got Drew and Chris Middleton. You add those, I would say add those two guys together, and you're kind of getting your Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, but you're taking
I would
two
say
guys to do it. I see what you're saying, though.
Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, to me, are an equivalent of Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Giannis.
But what kind of Chris Middleton are we getting, B?
That's what I'm saying. But you always know that
he's still coming off the bench. He's still coming off the bench. He's only averaging like 12 points a game. If I'm not mistaken.
That's where I'm at. That's why I'm saying that those three together right now are probably like they can get you just as many points a game as what Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. You guys can do it with two guys.
Yeah,
so
we
meaning
can
you're
add a third guy in there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That bingo. There you are, Corey. Because whenever you have two guys that can put up the same amount of points as what their three guys are putting up, you get some other guys in the mix over there. You guys are going to have a Marcus Smart. You guys are going to have a Brogdon. You guys are going to have that Al Horford from the outside, Grant Williams. I mean, just the list goes on and on and on. And the Bucks can say the same thing. But when you have two guys that can give you 60 to 70 points walking into the gym, my guy, that's a recipe for success. When you can count on 60 to 65 points per night from your top two guys, you got it made, and that's why they're one of the best teams in the NBA right now. So, but that's enough. I'm done talking about your Celtics, Corey. Not giving you guys any more love. I'm over here I'm a Lakers fan, by the way, if anybody didn't notice. I'm over here freaking hoo-hawing about these Celtics. But now you gotta give credit where credit's due, man. I can't hate.
I appreciate it, man. I was hoping to see y'all this year in the finals, man. I'll be honest. But the jury's still out on it, bro. The jury's still out. LeBron's a billionaire. Go find a freaking good ass doctor. Have somebody work on your damn tendon. Right? Have somebody shoot that thing up with some kind of a steroid, get them back on the court. Y'all make a run, man. There's no team kicking back over to the West real quick before we shut this show down.
Okay, I got
There's no team in the West that the Lakers should be scared of, bro, if they get in the tournament. If they can get in the play-in and get out of the play-in and actually get in the tournament, there's no team in the West that should scare the hell out of Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and that new cast of characters they got after the trade deadline.
Well,
there's nobody they should be scared of.
Are we going to have those guys, though? That's the question. That's the $1 million question right there. If you tell me that I'm going in and my Lakers are the 8th seed, if you tell me right now you're going to have LeBron James, he might be 75 to 85%, but you're going to have a healthy AD, you're going to have D'Angelo Russell and all the other players around. Give me the Lakers in 7 on that one, man. I said it. Against the Nuggets. I really don't think Jokic wants Anthony Davis. I really don't. Because
Jokic wants anybody.
He's not now granted
a defender.
Not at all, but that dude can give it to you on the offensive side of it. That's the MVP. Yeah. He gonna three-peat it. He gonna three-peat the MVP. I mean, that's cool. You go ahead. You be just like Steve Nash getting all them MVPs and no rings. I'm sorry. Steve Nash was a great point guard, but I had to throw the shot out there, man. Just like John Stockton had all them assists and no rings.
Wow.
Sorry,
Shots
Jordan.
fired, man.
Jordan had to do it to him, didn't he? If you think Jordan hurt a lot of people's chances of winning a championship. If you think about it, it's like
he screwed up a lot of teams' chances, bro.
That's just wrong. That was wrong, but it's just I don't know, man. That's wrong. That's where I'm at, Corey. If there's a lot of ifs right now, man, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to predict anything because if I do, it's gonna blow up in my face. So I'm just going to be the casual basketball fan. And I'm going to sit back and I'm just going to watch and see what happens. And if it works out and we get all our guys back and we sit there. Now, come playoff time, it's a whole different animal. If we got our guys, everything. But until then, I mean, we're sitting in number 11 right now. I'm not, You ain't going, I don't know. Just don't know. What AD am I getting, man?
We'll see. See, we got time, man. That's the beautiful thing about it. We got time. You just gotta keep your fingers crossed. Pray for AD. Pray for that foot. Pray for LeBron's feet.
Prayers don't help my Lakers, man. Like you said, we sold our souls to the devil.
Oh, y'all did, man. I've been saying that since y'all won that chip in the bubble. Y'all sold the whole farm for it. Hope it was nice.
I enjoyed it. Got us a 17 to match y'all. I love it.
Okay.
And